Hi guys, welcome to the little thing here called my real life experience in QA tester, and I want to give you a idea what QA testing look like. Back in 2021, I was studying this game specialist course, VR and game specialist. And why is QA testing very, let's just say, more than what you expect? Without QA testing, for example, I do this government service job, and they rely on technology, they rely on video game, they rely on some sort of game that can train the doctor and nurse. So the game developer talk to us as a QA tester as a way that we test the game, and the game actually can train the new trainee doctor, the doctor that was untrained, and those that went MIA for a couple of years, or they just want to come back to the doctor field and they want to be a that kind of nurse and doctor experience. So the game that we develop is through the government support, and why QA tester is different back then when I first started is, let's see, 3 months traineeship in Playware Studio. If you're not sure what is Playware Studio, please do yourself a Google search. I'm not gonna explain the company, but QA tester is, for example, that game specifically tell you, for example, how to tell is a cancer, how to tell is a tumor, how to tell is a brain injury or surgery needed. Then they will tell you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that kind of answer, MCQ answering, and you have to find a specific answer. And as a QA tester, you need to test the game, and you need to test the performance. You need to test like performance, writing documents, screenshot, and how to find a bug. And for example, I found a bug, I need to screenshot. And what kind of program do you use screenshot? I use Lightshot, I use quite a few other tools with multiple functioning. And I do use Microsoft OneDrive. So QA tester definitely need that kind of thing available. So QA tester is not just like what you call it as a okay, play video game, that's it. No. Let's see, how many hours do I spend in QA testing? Back then I spent about 178 hours non-stop, and client will alliance with the game developer, and then the game dev will chase the QA tester. Hey, what happened to the game? I tell you to test, and they give you a limited time, and around 2 to 3 days you need to like finish up the project, one project, another project, and another project. And how do I remember mine? Well, first experience, heart attack. The heart and the breathing thingy. They have a lot of game inside one section, and if I did not attend to the QA testing, for example, the game and the client alliance, and the game was sent to the alliance and to the client. And then what happened if the game broke? like literally broke. And without the QA tester or any of the testing field guys, GG. The company get backfired by the client. That's the main problem here. And my 178 hours is through day and night. You can't tell whether, okay, daytime I'm studying, afternoon time I'm taking my break, nighttime game testing. So non-stop for the 3 months. I literally bombardment by the game dev. And well, Playware Studio game dev is much more friendly if you know them very well. But over at Playware Studio, if the game dev chase you, means, hey, I want this thing on the shelf right now. Let's go, that kind of thing. And they want the project to be done. So I took the grain of salt. Nighttime, log into the game, play the game, and I use my light shot. Oh, this is the bug. Okay, I go ahead, screenshot. They want answer for the bug, screenshot. And couple of times the game did glitch. I honestly have to say, there is some spell check issue and other things that minor bug fix can be done, patch within days. And by the 3-day period means you gotta be done by the report. You need to fix the bug, you need to find the code, error code, and the audio file, game file, graphic file, design file, that kind of things must be on the go. Like, if that game dev is mad, you never hear the end of the nagging. I personally use 198 hours, 178 hours to push through the night, and sometimes I work from, okay, for example, 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. I fall asleep. Okay, then 12 a.m. to 6 in the morning, I'll do the game testing. And that kind of hours is like 7 hours. 7 hours straight of computer game, computer testing, and all sorts of things. Even quality assurance must be top notch. You cannot just say, oh, this game belongs to this and this and this and this. You need to write, like, for example, day, time, and when you start, and what's the answer for this, and what's the bug fix for it, and is there any like encounter error code while running the game. That kind of crazy documenting. And honest speaking, I can't imagine how Ubisoft work, but I personally think QA tester is a splendid job if you're looking for a great place to start in game development. But do yourself a favor, don't touch the game code, let the game dev do it. Otherwise you will not hear the endless of the, oh, you've destroyed my game code and I'm gonna spend many days, 30 days to restore back the thing, and yep, you never hear the end of it. But what in the end of quality insurance for the 3 months I was there in Playware Studio, I personally seen bug, I personally see spell check, I personally see me spend countless of hours and chased by game dev to say that, hey, the client want you to be on the shelf, and The client want to know what is the game status and can I have the green light to publish the game and sell physical copy of the game to the hospital or something that related to that field. And I spent hours to figure out why am I doing this. There's a lot of QA tester outside, but my experience is 3 months in Playware Studio. I did not go down to the studio on site, doing on my computer. I use my tablet. I see the game got an issue on my tablet. Okay, take a screenshot. That's not just about that, and there's also the settings when you go through, when you see document files and countless hours of writing. Writing materials is not provided. Let's just put it this way. If you're using work from home function, you have to use Microsoft Word or any Word Office provider outside for free. But the most common one that I use is Microsoft Office Word and the 365 Personal, and of course WPS for the tablet. WPS is not just your standard office tool for PDF, signing document, all this blah blah blah. I don't need to hear those. I know WPS have multi-function. Even better if you paid the full version of the thing is like $20. And okay, fine. I can assure you this, WPS is not free. It's sort of free for tablet use, but if you want multi-functioning, whatever the professional function you got, they're gonna charge you extra money. And WPS on the go is way more fundamental. I'm using a tablet. Back then, I used a Huawei tablet to do the QA testing. Now I'm using a Samsung Tab A8. And let's put it this way. I never test on Samsung because I'm no longer in the Playware Studio 3 months project. After the 3 months project, QA testing is not just about learning the game, enjoy the game, and documenting. It's also helping out customer service. For example, the client is not happy. Why? The game broken. And the client come back say that, this answer is wrong. Can you go and talk to the game dev? The game dev have to go down and go to the hospital field to see themselves on the screen saying that this having an error. And what is QA tester doing? QA tester is supposed to be there to ensure the project is correctly done. And I personally see company goes into deep hot water, and they will ask me, hey, can I see all your documenting file? I pull up my document and she went and select the whole thing and she tells me, oh, okay, I see there is something wrong. I'm sorry, that kind of thing. And A, it's definitely not my fault on that point. And B, I did send a report for the bug. But game developer side, it's a three-way function. For example, okay, the game, I can skip the bug fix. The game developer like Battlefield 2042. Too lazy, EA forgot about everything, and the game is worthless bullshit. Countless bugs available there. And of course, when I first started the Far Cry 6, the host is a bug, the computer game is a bug, and countless of hours I'm trying to figure out how can I send an invite to my friend, because my friend want to play with me in co-op, and boy, that thing is never an easy fix. I went and explained to him that the bug may not be able to fix, and the game dev actually locked the file, so I can't run the game system by Unity to find out what exactly happening. And countless of time it says zero friend online, zero this, zero that, when actual result is my friend is on the computer and he's online. And how he gonna play? Simple. Open up back your Ubisoft Connect and then click on Far Cry 6 and see your friend list and join the gameplay, or join the game server where your friend is. That is the consequences of bugging, literally bug. And after that, there is a problem also. After your friend successfully join your game, there's no telling when are you gonna crash. And crashing is a big problem in QA testing. I don't know how Ubisoft managed to sell thousands of copies on Far Cry 6, but they don't know how to like fix a bug. I personally take QA tests into multiple functioning, and I want to know why is this happening? Why is the game crash? Why is the connection to the server of the game not working? And countless of time I have to find ways to like severely unplug and replug into the network to reroute the cloning system, so the cloning system can virtually get myself inside the game. But my friend's side, jeez, nothing ever happened. Nothing good about it, to be honest, on Far Cry 6. I'm sorry to say that. But after a lot of reroute and a lot of report from me to Ubisoft and other YouTuber, we managed to record the bug, like horse riding bug, the bug where sniper not working, the flamethrower is too short range, or the flamethrower is automatically shot fire without me pressing the button. Not even the left click button can save the game. That's the situation where Far Cry 6 managed to send copy to the customer where the bug is available. And it's a funny bug though. It's like it cost me countless of hours of laughing, like laughing at what I'm watching. And of course, there is a fun and able to like stabilize what you want to, and the game is of course bug fixed after like couple patch. And now the horse riding, no issue. No issue in horse riding. Flamethrower is normal. And of course the aeroplane doesn't crash out of nowhere. And the helicopter doesn't like KIA. Inside of the... Back then when the game come out, you can completely go back and see couple report like helicopter blow up, helicopter blow up on you, KIA, and horse also invisible, may not be able to mount on, and there is also countless report of tank spawning area differently, and of course vehicle malfunction, stuck in the road, not able to ride, and restart game server is not a option back then in Far Cry 6. Boy, I don't know what is game tester look like in Ubisoft, but in my experience, game tester should be the first one to work with game developer, and then the game developer will tell you, hey, please test this game before I send out to million of customer in Ubisoft website. And okay, I don't know what happened. QA tester must be fall asleep, or okay, they find it no problem on the system, and then they send it out to countless of copy, and the game just start to have bug. Once reached to the customer open up the file, it says the game crash, connection error, Ubisoft failed to load the game, and even report like not optimized. Even the 1050 graphic card can't even run it. 2060 even worse. Once worst come to worst, you can set it to low settings to see whether it's gonna help you in any way. But come to my experience, I don't know how many Ubisoft personally hire QA tester. I've seen countless of people back then, and I personally visit Ubisoft Singapore, and I was a QA tester, game tester, or gameplay tester for the Sky and Bones, the pirate game that's supposed to be out. And it ultimately come to a cancellation or delay or anything that impossible to fix. And I visited the studio while I was in working as a barista back then, and when I first stepped in the studio, boy, that place is small. But I never expect the meeting areas on the left side for the new recruit, and then the internal side where the game testing start. You do have to sign a NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and I'm not gonna tell you what it looked like, but you can say black and white. The game is technically a beta test, and they give me like a couple of sheep to select. What is this, what is that, and I have no clue what am I testing in the first place back then. And they tell me Sky and Bones. Okay, so I went and do some Google research, and true enough, the very last year before the game test come out, we actually have an LA testing game site telling us that, oh, Sky and Bone is gonna be the next thing, next big thing, and okay, I see that Ubisoft Singapore have couple of QA, and it's not like I'm the only batch there. No. Back then, when they pre-select the game testing, they select by your profile. For example, you are qualified if you are more than 3 hours streaming. And then you need to hit a qualification, like for example, what Ubisoft game you played. I have to type in countless of games that I bought from Ubisoft and play them to memorize what am I buying for. And I'm not paying full price, I'm paying half the price. So I don't mind. But first off, I'm playing Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, Far Cry 6 now. And now Assassin's Creed Origin, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, all these old-time games that can spend countless of hours. Even Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the latest addition to the game, and of course the DLC. And I do have to point out there's some games that Ubisoft make that doesn't come to my consent. Is I don't play the Odyssey game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a nightmare. And I can read people mind is say that what the hell is this game? This is not Assassin's Creed. So I don't need people to like bombard me on this situation. I know. And then I also have a couple of franchise back then. Ubisoft have quite a few games like Ghost Recon Wildlands, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. They recently discontinued support on that game. And I feel sad because the game is completely dead. When the game officially, when they first make the game as a public test, a lot of game player to be exactly like 10, 20, 30, 100 and 1,000. Now if you go to Breakpoint, it's completely dead. And countless of bugs. And error after error, and Ubisoft just give up. They could make some bug fix, but I guess they don't have the budget for it. That's how bad the game looked like to me, and it's pretty dead for Breakpoint. And true enough, the review came by IGN is very bad. Bad until I need to like say, what is Ubisoft doing? Are they sleeping? Or the QA tester not doing the thing before sending out millions of copies to worldwide? And then after that, they also released couple of like announcements saying that, oh, this is gonna be fixed, it's gonna be fixed, but in the promising land, the game seems to be okay. But in other hand, it's completely broken. I don't know how they managed to send bug patch and like storytelling, what this is, and Motherland, that kind of DLC. Sure, you can send me a copy of those, but in reality is everybody refunded game. And there's 1,000 players that I saw back then when they first test out the game, and I completely idiot enough or stupid to buy the game, and I found out myself, oh shit, the game is completely dead. No online player, no nothing, no multiplayer, no zero, completely zero, dead. I'm completely dead fuck on it. So after that incident where I said, okay, it's my mistake, I bought breakpoint for a reason, and I thought the game is like secretly surviving. I guess I did not see that coming. So after I found out the complete disaster in breakpoint, I take a break and talk to my moderator. And let's say I cancel or live stream on breakpoint, and I want to hide myself from public eye from buying that game. I honestly have no reason to completely bombardment the game and say shit when it's already down in the drain. So $100 spent on that game and it's completely dead. And couple of months later, they tell me, "Oh, we are now discontinuing the game, so no more online service. Bye bye. That's it." So completely given up. Thanks Ubisoft for giving my hopes up. But the Wildland is an okay game if you have a good keyboard and a good mouse. Even better, use a controller. And then there is also Ghost Recon. There's a lot of game, and I did not completely buy those old games, and I find out that the graphic is not as good as the recent game title, so no. And I also buy Tom Clancy The Division 2, and okay, my experience on Tom Clancy is very very interesting and completely stupid. The reality is, when Tom Clancy The Division 2 first launched, the game received good compliment, good IGN review when they do the beta test, and couple of months later I found out the game is left a few player online, those old timer, before they ended the game. I see couple of professional player, you can invite them to the lobby, not your friend. Okay, fine, just find a public game, I guess, and that helps a lot. Okay, I give the Division 2 around 7 out of 10. But what happened to the 3 map? Well, first off, the beta test, you can use funny gun skin, and you can use pistol that have no idea what is those things completely. And after the incident where I bought the game, I see less player. Same goes to Ghost Recon Wildland, completely zero. But what happened to Division 2 is 2-3 players professional and 4-5 players professional. And okay, fine, I got the point. I bought a game that half player and half dead, and the bullet is completely sponge. Like, you know, the Nerf gun, the bullet. I don't know what to say about the Nerf gun over there. They nerfed the bullet completely from explosive bullet become a sponge bullet. And the bullet, one shoot in the armor and piang out of the armor and completely no scratch to enemy. And the enemy have prototype that is like armor, full gear, and left and right have like multi shield, riot shield, and all the crazy things that I cannot see in Division 2. Grenade also one shot kill, and literally The enemy throw me a grenade, boom, I fall down on the ground and I have to restart the game. That is completely bullshit. That's why I completely stopped playing the Division 2 after I find out that, okay, the bullet is sponge. No matter what gun or whatsoever component we can customize on the game, it appeared to be that the particular bullet is all spongy. And when sponge is not enough, consider yourself lucky that you never get yourself explode in vehicle. Or even better, the person use a flamethrower or minigun and that's it. You're completely screwed. The minigun is overpowered. You have to use drone, you have to use crazy amount of things that I don't see that's possible to fix. And I don't know what happened in the Division 2. The game is okay, but in reality is, where is all the player? And what happened to the bullet? It's spongy. And one shot is still can hit the armor, never crack. It just go piang out of the craziest thing I can ever seen. And ignore the pop-up on Discord. I have Discord open. I personally want to pump pace when I see the Division 2. Okay, now back to the topic. Which other games that I have bugged on? Assassin's Creed Origin seems to be a good game, but in reality there's still bug, and countless of hours I have to restart the game, wait for the game to load, and the game start to glitch. So I don't know what happened. The QA tester might be falling asleep or never do their job. I don't know why. And I have to put a remark here that in quality assurance you do need to know what's the game title you're doing. Then I personally test Ubisoft game. We Playware Studio backed me up saying that I did a bang up job for the report, and that's it. End of story. 3 months later I get certification and say that I'm certified for all the game specialists. For just doing QA testing, I do write game programming and all this, but in my understanding, Ubisoft somehow maintain a bug in their coding, and after the coding, boy, not a great experience in the game. And I don't know what I can say. Probably the game developer found out, oh yeah, we're gonna make the gun nerf, we're gonna make this incredibly stupid decision, and the enemy start to kill you with one shot and boom, you're dead. So they completely run the game with codes, and let me guess, I'm not surprised. The game managed to literally sell with bug. And top of that, loot crate. What on earth? Ubisoft, I know you want to make money, but cash cow on a game is not a good idea. And they can mainly afford. Let's put it this way: Ubisoft monthly get about $3.5 million trade, and how to put it this way, Ubisoft beat, like, pickpocket those very professional in the game team, and then they find out, okay, let's go to the dark room and we're gonna open a mystery bag. And inside the mystery bag is Razer microphone, Razer headset, Razer keyboard with customized Ubisoft logo, and the mouse have two logo of Ubisoft and Razer. I don't know why. I don't know why they can afford all this, but they still manage to sell a game that is so bugged. And I spent dollars and dollar bill and cash cow. Wow! Ubisoft, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys managed to hire team that have no idea or no experience in testing game, or am I correctly saying that you did not hire enough QA team? I'm a little bit surprised what happened to Ubisoft. And of course there's a controversy, and Sky and Bone was delayed or cancelled because the former game director was fired because he or she harassed the Ubisoft staff. And in turn also completely false report, and multiple reports come from Canada studio, San Francisco, Singapore, Shanghai, and China have a lot of Ubisoft studio. And top of that, those that specifically got certification like I do, I want to try out. I went and applied for QA tester and UI designer and technician support role, but all of them turned me down because Ubisoft handpicked. Okay, today handpick, puzzly pick, randomly pick. Later on, I run the game and it's completely trash. Okay, I'm not saying it's as bad as Battlefield 2042, but let's put it this way. They don't pick qualified player. They don't pick qualified gamer. And experienced gamer and certified with game specialists, they don't pick. They pick those people that have no game experience, zero in ideology, and completely no idea what is QA. And top of that, they pick those people from high school educational, and top of that, you need a master degree and diploma. But in reality, they don't pick those qualified from training and qualified from studio. They pick those people that literally come from different background and they study game diploma, game specialist in multimedia, that kind of thing. They pick those people and they completely just undergraduate, they can go in. Surprise! I'm very surprised what Ubisoft is doing. I personally don't know why I even asked, but have Ubisoft ever thought, like, okay, maybe we should hire some professional help, or maybe we should hire someone that have game specialists, or maybe we should reconsider in application form and reformatting to what we need. I've seen Ubisoft game and honestly countless of bugs. I'm gonna put it in the best bet. Avatar 2 is coming out in probably 1 to 2 years time, or maybe this year. I'm not sure. The movie is coming out this year. It's definitely a push. But if that game come out, I'm hoping that in reality I don't see no bug. The movie is okay, but game wise is a broken mess. I'm very sad to say. So I told you so, Ubisoft, but I did. And top of that, let's put a salt. Let's put some salt in the wound for customer. Ubisoft only care about the cash cow and the people that buy the trademark and do some saying that we're gonna buy Ubisoft stock. And I know corporate people knows what the term of like I'm buying a fresh copy of the game and the trademark is fresh, the promoter got something, and half of the budget cut goes to Ubisoft. Like we only have 3% go to our team and 60% goes into Ubisoft marketing and franchising and how they make the video. And you see these three handsome henchmen, like I don't know the game, but most of the game that Ubisoft launch, like Far Cry 6, the three horsemen will come out. Surprise! Like after day 2, day 3 of Ubisoft launch, the three horsemen come out live stream say that the game is great, and surprise, they also can tell you that the game runs surprisingly good. But in reality, when I bought the game, okay, I see the game stream is okay, the thing is okay, and I didn't give a good review. But in reality, that's it. The list of bugs that I see, they never mention. And the three horsemen can come out say that the game is great. There's a dog, there's a crocodile, there's a chicken, and top of that, have you seen a rooster fight a soldier in real life? I understand what's the mentality in video game, but I don't see no rooster cockfight a soldier. In Crazy Land, maybe, but in real life, soldier can gun down the chicken, gun down a crocodile, or probably skin the crocodile alive with a knife. I don't know. I don't know what Ubisoft is thinking back then. And surprise, surprise. Expect to be the expectation. You will find bug. No issue. No issue on that. You will definitely see bug. But in reality, is they will try to fix. But if not, they're gonna like show up in Twitter and say that sorry, this game will be delayed or cancelled, or way better, end game support. Jeez, Ubisoft. I don't know what you want, but I honestly see the three henchmen a lot. And the three henchmen is in. Let's put it this way. They are all located in San Francisco office. And countless of time when Ubisoft is inside the E3 event, they manage to show good quality and end up buying the reality of the game. The game is not optimized, the game is keep crashing, network protocol error, reroute HTTP that kind of nut job to get it run, and I countlessly had to repercussion and multiple time I have to try the TCP VPN or something in the modem to make it run. Jeez. And that's how much QA tester need to do before sending a official game out. I don't care how much a QA tester job is, but put it this way, if I can pull out all the bug and many more, I catch the spider on the wall and delete all the bug. I can do all this, and I don't know what QA testing look like for them. Probably a fresh graduate and QA testers say that, oh, I'm gonna like have a quick bite on a sandwich, and I don't care about the bug. And when real life player bought the game, the problem will go back to the QA tester. Like, hey, did you enjoy your sandwich, a tuna sandwich, or something that you bite? And I said, yeah, sure. And do you know that you got a lot of complaint about the game and the project that you're supposed to run, and you need to do all this? That thing is definitely, that's where the fucked up is from the QA tester. I've seen lazy people before. Battlefield 2042, EA, Star Wars Battlefront, other things, and I guess Ubisoft is don't forget to mention Activision and Blizzard, and I don't care what Overwatch look like, but the same developer or same publisher, Blizzard Entertainment, have countless of shit, and the QA tester is shit over there. I can tell you, I pull up couple contact and they tell me, oh, I left the project long time ago. Activision and Blizzard caused so much headache, and they finally said to Microsoft not too long ago, and I don't know what Microsoft is gonna do to them. As long as they kick off the CEO, I'm fine with that, and I will go back to Cold War, but I don't see that gonna happen anytime soon. I'm just gonna not put my hopes into the game developer, but I hope when Avatar the number 2 game come out, I want to be smooth, I want to be well optimized, ready to run for Windows 10 to 10 and 7 and 11, that kind of computer geek. I want that kind of nice, crispy looking graphic, but well optimized for older graphic card as well. And I do wish that they lower down the requirement. I'm not sure what's the requirement in the Avatar. Let me take a look on my computer tablet real quick. I'm gonna do a real quick search on Avatar. Avatar the video game, it says that intentional release was 2009 and supposed to be out by December. And IMDb gave them a rating of 5.9 out of 10. I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing, but 5.9 is not a good idea, bro. And put it this way, the platform is supposed to be run PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Microsoft Windows, Wii, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation, Nintendo DS, iOS, Android. Wait, Android? Okay, I probably missed the deadline, but they might have removed the thing. Java Me, Simneri. Well, I don't know all these are like bumfuck back then. 2009 for a lag-ish game. Let's put it this way. Compared to 2009, have Ubisoft ever thought, did I manage to completely forget that everybody don't have a modern computer back then? And 2060 graphic card, it doesn't exist in 2009, and back then was like GTX 710 series, 910 series, that kind of dog shit graphic card that's so small, can't run shit, and they managed to make something out of Avatar, and they managed to like fuck it up and flop. That's how bad the Avatar looked like back then. And if I can pull out the same mini looking image, I can tell you the game run is completely shit. That's how bad Ubisoft back then when they created the Avatar. They never thought of maybe millions of people don't have the very good component or hardware or something in reality, but overdoing the advertisement saying that Chronicle of Avatar, Chronicle from director, same as the hidden so-called video game from the movie. The kind of advertise and tell that, oh, if you pre-order the game, you got Avatar skin, you got free helicopter, free gun skin. All this back then, I'm fine with it. But forgive me, 2009, I'm running on the AMD 7000 series. The very very oldest graphic card that can barely run a game. And back then, I don't give two fuck about game. But now, in reality, after go through all this talk, now I care about video game. I test game like Call of Duty Mobile. You see how bad thing is now? I test out bad game, but in reality, I found a bug report for specific game like Call of Duty Mobile. I need to go to Discord, send help ticket, report player for cheating and hacking the game. I don't know, I mean countless of time I do report, but sometimes I close one eye and hoping that other player don't see the shit that I go through. That's how bad a game QA tester is. I don't know how many times I have to put it this way. QA tester is the backbone before customer buy your game or download the game for free and do some testing or prototype. I don't care what it is. The game master had no idea how many shit I go through, and countless of time mystical gun, crazy overpowered AK-47 mystical gun, crazy nerfed, and bye bye. And then after couple legendary skin I own, I personally see they managed to nerf my gun. And recently I tested on the rapid fire about my old AUG or whatever they call it, that look like SAR-21 from Singapore Army. It technically took me one whole clip of ammo of 60 bullets to pin down one enemy. That's how bad the game optimization is, and the bullet is sponge. I don't know how. It's so painful to watch my AUG become down the drain, and I feel bad for myself for spending $180 and I don't say it. I don't vomit after telling you this. But in reality is you need to have a backbone QA team. And if you don't have a good QA team, you sell out a game and give a customer hopes up in the advertisement saying that, oh, the game is great, and later on 2-3 months down the road, the customer dumb buy the game and buy the legendary skin, and like experience wise, you're dead, you're screwed. So I don't know what is going on with some of the game developer outside, or the QA tester for sleep, too lazy, and maybe go on a coffee break for 15 hours and end up MIA because you kick him out. That's how bad the QA testing back then. Bro, I can pull up all the shit that I come from Ubisoft, but I cannot see nothing good about the Call of Duty Mobile franchise. I honestly say, if the QA tester don't do their job and the customer get a copy of the game or anything that related to Call of Duty Mobile, you're screwed. If the customer film, content creators film, and the thing tell you, oh, one whole clip goes and just to pin down one enemy. That's how bad the QA tester never work on. And top of that, the performance is very lagging, and I can guess they think that we have a Razer computer or something, or a beastie computer to run Call of Duty Mobile. Okay, so I guess that's a drawn point on that. And I guess they think that we are so rich to get a AMD graphic card that can run a lot of game. And put it this way, some of the game company do that. They miss judgment, and later on be dumb enough to find, oh, the client don't have a very good graphic card. don't have a good computer, and we end up create the game wrong, and we order the game wrongly, and the component come like, oh shit. I can't deny on that. I personally seen people do that. And top of that, I remember one of those game is so pain. I want to cry when they literally like shut down the game. It's so called like Ghost in the Machine or something related to the very old game. And I can't recall what's the game title. It's also on my YouTube, but I'm not gonna own my YouTube. But it's there. I can't recall, but a lot of those games shut down because bad QA tests. The game was shut down because the movie is so bad, and I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's put it this way. They launched the game before the movie, then the movie came out, then the movie had bad review, but the game is gone long time ago, before the movie come out. That's the strategy of weird component here. Like, okay, the movie haven't come out, they make the game, and the game broken, and next in line I have to personally see it shut down. That's the sense, and the sense of humor is the movie is so bad as well. After years prior the game was shut down, the movie released and bad review come out. That's how shit things goes. So lesson to game dev: if you want to run a game, do rely on your QA team and ask them to triple check, double check, and optimize the game, make it runnable, run the script one or twice to make sure the quality is there, and then make sure you optimize the game very well for old graphic card, and give a option to people where they can download like HD graphic card, HD pack thing for Ubisoft game. I don't know what whatever they gonna require. And top of the food chain, I remember Call of Duty is about, back then when I pre-installed Cold War, is a 300 gigabyte. That's how big a multiplayer game is. Sheesh. And I hope it's not gonna be the same thing, and I won't give my hopes up. If you're newly and you're planning to like, oh, I'm gonna play the latest model of the game, I'm gonna advise you, you might want to throw in a 2 terabyte thumb drive, or you wanna throw in a 2 terabyte SSD to make sure you got enough space or power or the RAM to make sure the game run. Otherwise, you will run like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 error, killed 00002 1111118 error code game. That's how bad. And I have to countlessly like figure out how am I going to run the game without crashing, without nothing. And I'm gonna pull up PowerPoint to make sure the power consumption of the game is enough to make it runnable. Then after bug fix, I found, oh, it works, but it's killing my machine after a long time. So I'm planning to send my system down to repair because Call of Duty managed to broke my system. So I'm not gonna run Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 any time soon, but Call of Duty Mobile still running. Like I said, if you are a game that, please rely and be polite to your QA tester and ask them to run multiple time checking, make sure the bug is gone. And if you really want to rely on report and daily report, send 2-time document, 3-time document, write the perfect document to document down what's the game optimization tool look like, and find the bug, report it directly to the game developer and game designer so they can launch the Unity or Unreal Engine or the what you call it, Houdini to fix the bug. And here's a top-notch little tip. Ubisoft used Houdini, a $800 software game tool that look like fancy doodling tool that I haven't used or stepped in the foot to get myself a hit $800 software. I guess the company is very rich to use Houdini. That's how bad it is. And top of that, Houdini give you a 2-week trial if you wanna play with it, but you can't like potentially publish a game. That's how bad. I'm so sorry to say it. It's just pain to look at Houdini. And $800 is a very big thing. The big deal about Houdini, $800. If you're planning to cop up $800 to use Houdini, I congratulate you, but I completely tell you is look like Unity and look like Unreal Engine. It's the same thing to run a game. And I don't know why they spend $800 on a software. I personally seen it's insane. The amount is insane. The same program, the same thing, and couple of coding error, maybe a automatic one. I don't know, but how Houdini work? I see the. Let's put it this way before I end the stream. Back then, when before COVID prior, Ubisoft Singapore invited me down to go to their webdery or workshop they set up in the studio, but later on I found out they changed the venue to a art museum, art studio or something, and then they set a private room and is prior by registration to go in, and I was lucky enough to get myself a spot inside, and I do talk to the game developer in Ubisoft, but I managed to ask them a couple of questions, and they tell me Houdini is a $800 software the company provide to them. So I went and checked. Yep, $800 paycheck. Cha-ching, cha-ching, Ubisoft, you're very rich to give $800 for Houdini. And Houdini, thank you for your service. But end up, when the program run, it does look like Unity, it does look like Unreal Engine, and there's no difference. And what they pay is the logo and what is they paying is the animation, the wave, the how the building collapse, and how the volcano explode at the Unreal Engine virtualization as well. That's how much I think $800 is not worth it. But I guess company, one word, Houdini is the magic tip for them. And I went there before the COVID strike in 2019. I was invited to Ubisoft to see the Houdini in person. The Houdini magically appear is a active Temasek Poly crazy professor that graduated in programming and ended up hired by Ubisoft. And he used Houdini to teach me, oh, the building is he surprisingly before 10 hours, I guess Ubisoft make it very clear to him, hey, dude, make a video and show us the protocol on how to use a Houdini. Where the wave knocked down the building collapsed, and tsunami wave attacked the civilian. That thing is magically can appear, and just a few typing on two, and Houdini managed to like surprise me with magic trick. The type of magic trick that I can't figure out, and to this day I said Houdini $800 is not worth it. But I forgot Ubisoft own it now, and top of that, Houdini is also Unity plugin. But I don't need to pay $800 to play around with it. That's how much Houdini looked like to me, $800, and they managed to put a plugin for me to play with Houdini. And top of that, Assassin's Creed Origin was built with Unreal Engine and Houdini, and then somewhat familiar with Unity. They do use Unity in some sort of way, like the side effect stuff. Maybe that's how they use Unity for. But in real life, they use sculpture of the Egyptian, and they do send team of 5 people from Ubisoft Studio to go down to Egypt. And back then, Egypt have no issue. They let you film, they let you take pictures of the pyramid. All these are with approval, government approval. Let's put it this way, I never stepped foot in Egypt. So I personally took a grain of salt and played Assassin's Creed Origin to find out, oh, that's how they do it. And all the funny monster that came out of Origin, they also use it's either Houdini or Unreal Engine to modify it with the side effect. So it does look like some sort of fantasy fairy tale, that kind of experience, I guess. But other than that, I haven't seen nothing differ. But I guess Ubisoft paid $1,000 over dollar for a game project. And real life scenario is they use multiple programming, and you need to find a magician that have very itchy-handed, those very good hand in coding. And I do speak to the person on the phone before he resigned Ubisoft, and he tells me some shit about the Ubisoft Studio. I don't think they wanna know what he tells me, but I'm pretty sure it's very interesting. And I'm can tell you honestly, he said that he regret working with Ubisoft. After the workshop, he tell me this, like maybe 2 3 years down the road, and he tells me, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't work in Ubisoft no more." Wow. So he eventually resigned from Ubisoft, and I don't know what so funny about this is Nikolai from Ubisoft was from UK, and when I talked to him was back in 2018, and ended up around 2019. I talked to him on the phone and said that, hey, I wanna apply for Ubisoft. How can I do that? And I guess he got kicked out of the Ubisoft headquarters, and he was sent back to Quebec. Uh, I know I know people from Ubisoft, but they resign for a reason, and that dude, I don't know what happened to him. The UK dude that came out of nowhere surprised me, and I met the wife. The wife is very lovely, but I'm so sad that uh, they never appreciate on what Ubisoft done for them. But I guess they resigned after couple of years, and I don't know what Ubisoft is up to. I honestly tell you, if you wanna call Ubisoft Singapore, that hotline is no longer active. But the office is open, and it's not open to for you. The public cannot go unless it's a special event and they are open up for you. Sure, you can attend the thing, but they will lock behind the door the remaining things, and they don't allow you to touch the coffee machine. And top of that, a pinch of salt, the game developer and other game developer have international worldwide Discord trade talk. Like I don't know how they have internal affair from Skype and defense from Ministry of Defense, and they contact Ubisoft throughout Skype, throughout Microsoft Team, and late night enough, Ubisoft have employee to stay there in the office. Like they have sleeping bag, they have tent. You want chocolate, you got sandwiches available for you 24/7, and top of that, they have a nice looking kitchen with a very 1000 wattage of microwave, and you can heat up your food in Ubisoft. That's how much the employee got benefit there. And top of that, the late night team can choose to stay overnight, or they can call a taxi to go home at night. After the meeting around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I personally, if I'm them, I'm gonna fall asleep in the office. And the next day, I just drink a hot chocolate and go back to work. That's how Ubisoft work look like. And I even met up with the Ubisoft employee before he resigned. I asked him for a personal favor to teach me how to code in video game, and he enlightenedly tell me, "Oh, you can ask me question, but right now I'm working. Can you like explain this question to me?" And he will get back to me eventually 10 hours later, and okay, sure. I mean, it's fine. I mean, the dude have a living. I I respect what he want. I respect QA. I respect Ubisoft. But he resigned. He rose Ubisoft, and he tells the HR. I don't know whether this is legit. He tells me that he point middle finger to the HR before resigning, with the box in hand, and return the Ubisoft pass. That's how bad. But I feel bad for the dude. I congrat him to get a new job in another studio, but I haven't talked to that dude for long. I just like, okay, cool, and then I haven't talked to him ever since. I'm pretty sure he's having a nice relaxing day spa time in his $1,000 bill paycheck that used to be Ubisoft. But now he working in different studio, and I have no idea what the dude is doing, and I hope he's doing okay. I should probably dig up the phone number and call him. Maybe send him a text and say that, hey, I'm from the YouTube community. I just want to say, how are you? And things. Maybe. I said maybe. It's a big maybe because after he resigned, Nikolai also get resigned. I'm not sure who else is in Ubisoft. I personally seen countless of people resign, get out of Ubisoft. I don't know who. I don't even know who is running the project for Sky and Bones. After all, so I do hope I hear from Ubisoft again, and maybe it's a small slight chance Ubisoft will open up event in the future, and then the community will go back to visit Ubisoft in real life. I've personally seen multi, and I've seen people resign. I've seen people that mention Ubisoft bad things. I personally seen shit that came from Ubisoft ex-employee mouth. So I assume that Ubisoft found out, and they are hot water about this, and I'm pretty sure the employee resigned. There's a particular reason for why Ubisoft released a top programmer. I don't know why. He resigned with a middle finger up the HR. I don't know whether this is true or fake, but I asked him, he tells me the same shit, and he tells me it's not worth it for working in Ubisoft. And all the bad news about what Ubisoft used to, and I don't know whether it's still a thing or two, but I know. They wanna follow international water, but don't follow to the knee and cause an arm like EA is right now, a dipshit. And how many people disown EA from the trade union? That's how bad it looked like. So I do hope for the best that Ubisoft, please, for God's sake, don't be EA, and don't be Battlefield 2042. Star Wars Battlefront. But doing a favor, Ubisoft, make a good game, make the customer happy, run with the QA team, and see whether this is okay. And please treat people with respect in the company, for God's sake. I don't know how many times I hear from old Ubisoft employee. I even can see people countlessly from YouTube community that used to work in Ubisoft big brand project, and they tell me that they resigned because of how the internship been treating, or because of the game dev from Ubisoft management bully the employee. The shit that I hear is million miles away, and I don't know how Ubisoft can survive if so many report the same thing. And I talk to real life people as well, and they tell me the same shit that they go through. I wanna close my eye. I wanna say, I wanna pretend that Ubisoft have no problem. I wanna pray for Ubisoft that the next game they gonna come out is gonna be good. Bang out, good job. But I won't lie. I won't even put a $80 paycheck for them. I won't pay them $80 until I found out the game completely bumfucked. So yeah, Ubisoft, good luck, and impress me. See if I'm impressed about your Avatar 2 coming out, and I hope the movie is great. I hope so. And I am waiting for it to launch, and I'm looking forward for Ubisoft. Please do yourself a favor. Run the game twice, fourth and fifth time with the QA team. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And I seen things and I heard things, but I will not say who. I won't say what they do. But I hope you find out whether it's true or fake, and if the management is those bumfuck whatever they said in online tells me that, oh, the Ubisoft Singapore management is bad. Please do yourself a favor, don't get dragged down. Kick the unwanted PUP or puppy with eyes that bully people, the demon. I don't know, I seen shit, but I'm not telling who. But Ubisoft knows. So I'm gonna end here. I'm gonna play Call of Duty. I'm not sure what time. It's 5:21 right now. Let's put it this way. Maybe around 6 o'clock I will start running. So see you guys. Bye bye. And Ubisoft, please take note. I'm not the only one that report issue, but a lot of complaint, and you might want to send your human resource to see people complain why, and is it legit, and why is this happening. And I personally feel pain, and I feel that the pain come from me is my favorite company, Ubisoft, managed to step in hot water. And I personally, as a QA team from another company, feel that Ubisoft is not putting a full potential in the very less backbone quality assurance to get before the customer. I want to make sure this voice out to Ubisoft. And Ubisoft, please, for God of sake, please check with the ex-employee record. Why did the people resign? And who is the one that bullied them? Please, for God's sake, I don't want to hear nothing from YouTube saying that, I resigned Ubisoft Singapore, blah blah blah, because of these bullying cases or harassment from the top-notch management. I don't know, a lot of those going on in Ubisoft, and I don't know what is internal affair doing over there. So do me a favor, lock down on the game, make sure the game is running before sending copy to the customer, and impress us with the open beta of the game, which people can download a demo copy and do a press conference and see whether it's okay before reassuring and send it to millions of people before debut. And put it this way, I will not test Avatar 2. I will ask a friend to do the test and tell me is it painful to watch, and then I will give my opinion on it. So Ubisoft, you know what you're gonna do. I tell you in the voice like what you're supposed to do in the first place, and please view the company record and see if it's true that the case that people resign because of bad management or whatsoever. Please fix that as well. Except you find people from different server, but ASAP you can figure out who is the bad management and what can you do. So thank you very much Ubisoft, and I hope Ubisoft see this video, and I do endure their game, but I put it this way, I will not pay $80 for a game. I will ask my friend to test the game as a demo, and then I will see whether I hook on it, and if it's bad, expect a bad review from IGN. Or even better, Ubisoft is gonna pay them a couple of $1,000, say that, hey, IGN team, I gonna give you $1,000 for good reviews. Do us a favor, good review for the game. And that is called bribery, and I don't like bribery. How IGN look like bribes to them, and the victimization of bribery is equal to disqualification from this not happy customer. So good luck and top luck to Ubisoft. Bye bye.